Alright, today I'm going to be showing you guys how to install a Bluewater LED deck kit. I'm also going to be showing you how to install the dimmer switch and how you can tap into your existing wires for power, so that way you don't have to run new positive and negative wires from the front of your boat to the console and from the back of the boat to the console. So stick around, stay tuned, and take a look at what I did. All right, first thing you do, once you get your LEDs from Bluewater, just kind of place them around and see what placement works for you. For me, I chose to go with the 6 up front and the two blue in the back. So, and as you guys have seen in previous videos, I mean, I already had the LED system, the deck lighting kit on my boat. I just never had a dimmer switch, and I didn't have it tied into my auxiliary switch that's on my console keypad. And I also installed my dimmer switch so I can control the brightness. So take a look at what I got. Once you figure out where you want your LED strips to go, you want to make sure you have a clean surface, just like mounting anything else. Clean it real good, wash it with soap and water, then come back and hit it real good with some alcohol, just to make sure you get all the dirt particles and whatnot. Peel back the sticking, peel back the 3M backing, and just press it into position. Once you get your LEDs mounted, then you need to figure out what you want to do with the wires. For this one, I wanted to drill as few holes as I can get away with. So what I did was I just took out this rod buckle here, and I just ran my positive and negative wire just into the little behind the housing. What you could do is you can go inside both rod lockers, and you can basically just stick a like a screwdriver or something through the foam, and you'll have just a little channel or so that the wires can, you can fish the wires through that foam, and you could be able to tie into your rod locker lights that's already existing. So this is what it looks like on this side. And here for this one, you can see that I just drilled a hole here. Drilled my hole. I just drilled a very, very small hole. I forget what the size was, but I basically just matched a drill bit to the diameter of the two wires together. Drilled a hole all the way through. It's going to come out in the rod locker itself. Definitely want to silicone this with marine grade silicone, and let it sit, so that way you don't get any water going down into your rod lockers. So I did that here. You can see these three are mounted. And I got the same thing here behind the driver's seat. Close this compartment here. And like you can see here, I did the same thing, except I didn't drill straight down because there's nothing to drill, no fiberglass to drill down into. I just drilled a small hole here into the fiberglass, which will put me back into the back compartment here with all the other wires. So let's go take a look at the other side. Going over to the other side, you can see I did the same thing. Got my two wires, my positive and negative for the front light, going into the foam that's behind the rod buckles. The same thing here. And then with this third one here, drilled me a hole right down in there, ran my wires, siliconed it up real good. And the same thing here with the one on the back. Drill your hole, put your silicone in it, and you're not going to have any water intrusion. Okay, here we are inside inside my rod locker. Basically what I did was, you can see where the wires are coming in from behind the rod buckle housing itself. I just spliced into the existing rod locker light here, and that's going to power all three of the lights on the port side of the deck. So here we are in the starboard side rod box or storage box. You can see I have the two wires from the front two LEDs coming behind the rod buckle housing, and I have those in here. And I also have the third wire. When you drill that hole down into the fiberglass, it's going to come out here, and you'll be able to run it over here and splice into your rod locker light. Here in the back of the boat, you can see the positive and negative wire from the one that's on the back deck on the port side. Just splice that here into the light for the storage box behind the passenger seat. Same thing here. When you drill that hole for the lights on the back deck behind the driver's seat, just splice into the compartment light that's right behind the driver's seat, and you pretty much have power. You're ready to go. So on my boat, if you press this button here, it will turn on my courtesy lights, which are the lights that are underneath the consoles, as well as the lights that are inside the rod lockers and the back storage compartments. But what I wanted to do was to get them installed on one of these 3 accessory buttons, so that way when I press them, they'll stay on and not go off after 5 minutes like this courtesy light does. Once you find your wires that are under the console that are terminated with butt connectors, verify that they're the correct wires for the 3 accessory buttons, and then just pick one of them. And what you're going to do is you're going to run a positive wire, or just run a wire, splicing into to the other end of the butt connector. And what I did was I basically installed my Bluewater dimmer switch. You can see it up there. I installed the dimmer switch in line, and I ran the other end of the wire just to this accessory, or just to this power distribution block right here. You can see the white wire with the blue spade on it. That's the wire that I just installed, and this way you'll be able to turn on all of the lights that are connected to your rod locker lights and keep them on for as long as you want, and also have the option to dim the lights if need be. And as you can see up here, I just drilled a hole. I believe it was like a 3/8 diameter. I used a 3/8 drill bit to drill a hole through the plastic, and just mounted my Bluewater dimmer control right here. This is where I decided to mount mine. You can mount yours anywhere you want to. I did it right here because it's convenient. You know, and I think it looks good. It looks like it pretty much belongs there. Just mount yours wherever it's convenient. But this is where I mounted mine. It's not in the way. It's very inconspicuous. You know, it's not in the way or anything like that, but I can easily reach it if I need to. So let's take a look at it with the lights off and see how everything looks and works. See, right now, mine come on, before I install the dimmer switch, mine would come on with this courtesy light button, and then they would go off after 5 minutes. So now that I have them installed, now that I have a wire going from the A3 wire to the power panel, I now can just press just the A3 button and they'll stay on as long as I want them to. And as you can see with my dimmer control, you go from all the way off to extremely low to extremely bright. So I think it turned out pretty nice. Well, that's pretty much it. Hope this video helps you guys install your Bluewaters, as well as the dimmer switch. And if you have any questions, please comment below. And as always, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.